Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Romantic and Foggy. Taking place here on Twisted Meadows. Romantic spawning as, well, the blue human. Meanwhile, Foggy has spawned as the red night elf. Human versus night elf in this 1v1 matchup, Twisted Meadows, a map that, well, Romantic should definitely enjoy since he is able to militia clear out this this Goblin Laboratory. One thing to note, this Altar of Kings is not being sped built, so the Archmage will be coming out at its normal timing at 2 minutes. Now, let's get things underway here. Alright, 9 supply, 8 supply, 12 supply. Alright, getting all of that out of the way, we are going to be looking at an Altar of Elders, most likely going to be training up a Demon Hunter in this matchup. Meanwhile, we also see a Scout farm being established right off over here. This is deliberate. We know that Romantic knows where his opponent is since he has scouted out the other two starting locations and by process of elimination knows where he is. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Barracks now is done. We are getting trained up an Archmage. We should be getting up a lot of peasants. And we should also be starting up another farm inside the base here. Otherwise, he is going to be supply blocked even after this scout farm is done. All right, farm is now down. Is he going to be low on lumber as he tries to militia clear out this Goblin Laboratory? Back off to the north, Ancient of War gonna go ahead and train up some archers. It will eventually eat through these trees, and by getting through those trees, be able to clear out the rock golem creep camp. Okay, I look like a night elf. I don't know. I don't know how many male night elves are there. The only reference would either be Illidan or a Druid of the Claw. Warden gonna be the hero coming out. Shadow Strike quickly placed down onto that Null Overseer. Gonna have some additional damage over time as the Warden is a very, very strong solo hero. Warden gonna get taken out, picking up a Ring of Protection +2, now going after the remainder of these Null Wardens here. We can see a lone footman now making its way off to the north. Meanwhile, back down to the south, Archmage going to be able to pick up a Tome of Experience and a Sobi Mask. I believe he's purposely waiting to get to level 2 before picking up the Tome of Experience, since he does end up getting more experience that way. Keeper of the Grove fights for the Night Elf race, but I don't believe he is actually a Night Elf. He's a Centaur, isn't he? Right? Isn't he? I'm not quite sure. Anyways, back off to the north here, more scout farms being established all over. Ancient of War now gonna get some additional damage repairs as the archer taking a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the footman was able to find it as the archer now looking to back off. Archmage, meanwhile, makes his way off to the north, does scout another Ancient of War here, and has to be careful as the footman could, in fact, end up getting taken down. Ancient of War attempting to attack the water elemental here, and this is more of a proxy Ancient of War to cause problems. Romantic now unable to easily clear out this mercenary camp with militia, being forced to use a water elemental in order to tank some of that damage. Meanwhile, let's take a look. It isn't even switching targets there as the Archmage could drop an additional water elemental off to the north. These militia gonna head back to work and then perhaps try and clear out the Ogre Magi creep camp here. Sobi Mask should give the Archmage enough mana to drop another water elemental in just a second. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, let's take a look. The Warden should be sitting at only sitting at level 2. Interestingly, only sitting at level 2, and is it gonna be able to finish off the Forest Troll? Is it finish off here? Oh, gets taken down and gets a boulder onto the Warden. Unlucky break by Foggy, unable to finish off that unit, get the experience, and then ends up taking some extra damage as well. Militia now clearing out the Ogre Warrior creep camp and Ogre Magi creep camp. That should get finished off with no big issue, but then again, trees are also brothers. All right, let's take a look at this. Archmage gonna go ahead and finish off the Forest Troll Trapper and the Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi gonna get taken down. Pendant of Energy now dropped And if we see a Mountain King, I would not be surprised. Mountain King going to be oh so powerful. Another Water Elemental drop down here. Warden going to try and finish off a handful of units. One more attack, and it's going to die right there. Meanwhile, Warden down to 42, 22 hit points. Archmage does not have Boots of Speed. Warden trying to get away. Looks like it will be able to do exactly that as the remaining archers and other units try to back off as well. All right, Warden is in a bit of trouble. Is going to be able to get away in time. Is Staff of Teleportation just going to hide and then teleport back home, as it is going to be able to heal up rather quickly. Peasant going to get taken out. Warden going to be staying at level 3. Is the Tree of Life going to train up a Wisp? No, the Tree of Life denies. The Tree of Life denies the Peasant. Archmage dropping down some more Water Elementals, tanking some damage here. Once again, 5-3-3 creep camp gonna get cleared out as the Null Overseer, well, gonna drop a useful item to that Archmage once more. Meanwhile, we are not yet teching the tier 2. We are getting a Lumber Mill in a curious spot to try and block all of this again, as the Warden gonna actually go after this farm and take down this scout farm now. Warden is sitting at level 3, so it could in fact do a lot of damage to these expansions, except for the fact that there is arcane towers up at both the main base and the expansion. We also need to see an arcane vault, since we do have some low hit point footmen in on this location here, as the Archmage still gonna go ahead and try to creep out some high level creep camps. Romantic creeping out the Mud Golem and Rock Golem creep camp here should get to level 4 with level 2 Brilliance Aura. Warden tries to venture in, unable to do so, as you see that Arcane Vault being built not only as a zoning effort, but as a way to heal up the rest of those units. Forest Troll Trapper gonna go ahead and get finished off here. Forest Troll High Priest trying to heal up the remaining units. Goblin Shredder even being added here as it quickly gets taken down. Archmage heading off to the north. Devotion Aura being given to the Archmage here. Hunter's Hall could actually fall before it gets completed. A lot of hit points lost. Detonation trying to finish off more units. Scroll of Town Portal comes down, but it is going to be a little bit late. Forest Troll High Priest going to go ahead and Water Elemental take down some units. Warden getting a good bit of experience, but still playing a big game of catch-up, as the Warden is still sitting at only level 3. Is that Footman going to get taken down? Is it going to get denied? Yes, it will, as the Warden perhaps is going to try to go after some more of those Footmen, pretty much saying to himself, you know what, if I can't finish off my units, if I can't finish off your units, at least you will be forced to finish him off. Is the Archmage going to drop that Footman and deny him? Let's see. Footman denied, but still taken out anyways by that timed life. Forest Troll High Priest, Forest Troll Berserkers, Hunter's Hall now being established back down here. An expansion has been established by Foggy as well. So Foggy, is it going to be able to perhaps drop into that expansion location? Archmage going after the Hunter's Hall again. Hunter's Hall going to get taken down twice in the same 5 minutes. Big distress. Or is it going to get repaired? All right, massive repairs now underway. You can see all of the repairs ready to go, as the Goblin Zeppelin now heading straight over for that expansion. If that Warden isn't there to meet it, where exactly is that Warden, since it does have a Staff of Teleportation? All right, deciding to walk on foot when you have a Staff of Teleportation. Perhaps it is on cooldown. Not quite sure, as we are going to be looking at the Warden going to be able to get some big shadow strikes off. All right, you can take a look at that. Well, that Footman pretty much knows that he's going to get dropped off and get killed. Why does Foggy have Chinese nickname? I do not know. True, but I like momentum. The human player has it right now. Yes, Archmage going to go ahead and continue attack. That Footman down to 17 hit points gets picked up, as you now see some repairs onto this one entangled gold mine. Forest Troll High Priest does not have enough in order to try and shadow or abolish magic that. Meanwhile, No Brute trying to get away. Warden trying to just get every bit of experience that it can, as it really wants to get to the next level. Goblin Sapplers come in, sacrifice, and take down. And this is just a nightmare game to try and play, knowing that your opponent is just constantly harassing you all over the map. The Forest Troll High Priest and the Forest Troll Berserkers not attacking that Goblin Zeppelin for some strange reason, as the Warden now makes its way through. All right, let's go in for a bit of attack. Mud Golem down to 122 hit points, dropping down a bunch of units as well. Abolish Magic. Is the Warden going to be able to get to level 4? Should be able to do exactly that. Units trying to get away. There it is, level 4 on the Warden, as the wall of footmen blink to going after the Mud Golem, but it is slowed. Mud Golem throws a bit of mud at the Warden, and the Warden unable to catch up and close in on that distance. Hippogriff now overhead. Where is it going to go? Going after the Goblin Zeppelin now, as the units are now trying to retreat every which way. Warden down to 83 hit points in a world of hurt, even with 10 armor. Suffering a lot of damage. Hippogriffs are in the air right now, as we're taking a look as the Archmage with that Devotion Aura. All of these remaining units are retreating back. Upgrades, let's take a look. Ancient of Wind, we are upgraded to Keep. Finally, we are getting Dryads and Bears. That is going to be an important factor. Meanwhile, farms now being placed down across the front line to make it difficult to get taken out. Population count 48 compared to 43. Both sides have expansion, so no one has the economic advantage. Archmage is sitting at 4. I believe the Warden is also sitting at 4. As we're going to take a look, this Water Elemental quickly going to get taken out here, giving more experience to that Warden now. Warden just shy of level, or about, not just shy of level 5 by a good amount, but we now see a Panda being added as well. Interesting choice. Drunken Haze being the very, very first ability, as we're going to see the Forest Troll Warlord miss their targets quite often and also get a bit slowed. This was preemptive, as it doesn't want to absorb as much damage on that Panda, and by getting that Drunken Haze off, perhaps survives a bit longer. Warden escapes with the Staff of Teleportation at 49 hit points. Needs to use a Moonstone perhaps to try and get Nightfall. No, we'll have Nightfall here momentarily. Panda is in a big, it's going to be in a world of hurt. Is he going to be able to survive all of these units now trying to retreat? He could get a Drunken Haze off onto all of those units here, as you can take a look, a little bit of, well, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire now going back the other way. Creeps are now engaging against the human army, which is exactly what you want to see, as the Warden, is the Warden going to be able to get some big damage? Dryads getting taken down. 3 Water Elementals in play. Forest Troll Berserker getting taken down. Archmage going to be forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal, as some footmen are going to try and back off here. No, they are not going to get felled. Footmen running into an army of Forest Troll Warlords quickly get taken down. Panda is a bit of a curious choice as well, as you know that there is eventually going to be a transition from Footmen to Spellbreakers. Spellbreakers, with their magic immunity, Warden will not be able to use Fan of Knives effectively. So perhaps the Panda, what is its long-term game plan? I'm not quite sure. Panda is right here, does get a rejuvenation off. 150 point Shadow Strike ready to go. Forest Troll High Priest, or Shadow Priest, now being added in here, as well as the Druid of the Claw wants to get in multiple rejuvenations and keep all of these units alive and well. Thank you, Oblivion Runner, for even sticking around. Ogre Warrior is going to get finished off here, as you see a handful of units getting ensnared. So far, economically speaking, we are up still exactly even, and we are going in for Warden Panda. Foggy really liking this Warden Panda combination, apparently, as the Panda, well, is going to, the Panda is actually extremely effective going up against these siege engines. Breath of Fire still deals full damage to them, and since they do clump, that may be the reason why he wants it. Breath of Fire, one of the few ways that Night Elf can easily deal with those units. Meanwhile, Rune Bracers are on the Warden, so it is going to be taking reduced damage. Ogre Magi going to get taken out as well. Alright, Warden sitting at level 4. Panda sitting at level 3. Pure Up of Vitality. The Panda already sitting at 1,000 hit points just at level 3, as the Mountain King added in here, and now also the Paladin. 1, 2, 3. Archmage, Mountain King, Paladin, a very nasty 1-2 combination in terms of heroes, as the siege engines, gonna get caught in a very bad spot. Perhaps should have tried to go for a surround on all of these units. Breath of Fire going down as well, as we do see, well, a good surround onto at least one siege engine there. This one siege engine down to 473 hit points already. Massive amount of hit points, very difficult to take out as the unit is now looking to back off. Since that unit is already down to 450 hit points, it could get taken out relatively quickly, as the Druid of the Claw just going to head back, perhaps wait for some reinforcements and try to take it down. Guard towers are in position to set up an additional expansion already, as the Warden sitting at level 4. Where is it really looking to go? Dryads are in position as well. Guard towers are already up. That is a problem. Footmen with defend and Knights already out onto the field. 8 armor on those Knights with that Devotion Aura and that armor upgrade. Coming back across here. Alright, you see siege engines now making their way out across. Is it going to be able to spot? Yes, spot this Tree of Life down over here. Is it going to actually make its way down far enough? Or is it not going to see it because it is nighttime? Alright, in comes the engagement. Stormbolt onto the Warden. Warden did not have the anti-magic potion used just quite yet. Panda could try and go for a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Could Breath of Fire across all of these guard towers here, simply just waiting for it. And it could try and just blow everything down. Meanwhile, Warden Shadow striking onto the Paladin. Paladin losing a lot. And now the Warden sitting at level 5 anti-magic potion. And the Panda going to go ahead and get off another Breath of Fire, trying to save the remainder of these units as well. Shadow Strike onto the Paladin. Paladin is in trouble, going to be taking a lot of damage over time. As you can see, the archers are trying to focus down the remaining units. Staff of Preservation saves some more units. Panda gets blown over by a Breath of Fire, as the Panda is still up to no good, trying to get within range of that Mountain King. Mountain King is going to be able to survive here. Breath of Fire, there it goes, finishes off another unit. Stormbolt onto the Panda, but the Panda is out of range. Alright, what's happening next? Panda is sitting at 117. Amulet of Spell Shield, perhaps kicking in right there at the right time, as the units are now getting away once more. Alright, let's take a look. Where are all of these units perhaps going to be traveling to? Arcane feedback from that Spellbreaker, removing much of the precious mana from these units. Fairy Dragons could get right there. Shadow Strike, absorbing it again, as the Panda unable to finish off that Mountain King. Could be a big deal. Is the Knight going to perhaps get taken down? Going after that unit. Staff of Preservation saves it, as the unit is finally going to back off. Siege Engines and Footmen now ready to rush on in. Ancient of Wars and Druid of the Claws are here, ready to go. There is a roar as the Goblin Shredder getting into position. Alright, let's take a look at this. One Moonwell. Should it try and repair mana on these units? It should have. Did not do so, as the Druids of the Claw could have used more mana to try and heal up the units that are returning back home. Druid of the Claw now coming back across here, trying to get away. Back off to the north. Warden and Panda, level 5, level 4. So many red units getting healed back up. And this is an absolute blessing for the Night Elf, being able to save all of these units and pretty much just use mana to get these units back into shape. Alright, that's what we're seeing right now. They're going to all go back into that Druid of the Claw form once they are ready. But the expansion of Romantic is almost here, ready to go. Warden going to go ahead and get a Shadow Strike off onto a unit. Take some damage already. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire blows over a Footman again, as the units are now looking to back up once more. Warden sitting at 4.5. Panda sitting at 4.5 as well. Doesn't have that much mana though, and that is going to be the big factor in why he cannot attack. He wants a large amount of mana to be able to engage here. Meanwhile, this Siege Engine trying to get away is just going to end up getting attacked by the remainder of this creep camp, as the bear now looks to get back away as well. 67 supply compared to 72. We have a cannon tower on the map as well. Very, very far range, very high damage, as we're looking at where these units will be traveling off next. Paladin with a Clarity Potion and a Sobi Mask. Panda gets Storm Bolted. This could be a very, very bad day for him. Staff of Preservation, where is he going to go next? Is he going to be able to Drunken Haze? Go ahead, Staff of Preservation's Fan of Knives. Storm Bolt, however, catching up to that Warden once more. All right. Mana Flare now being dropped down. Spellbreakers battling the bears, and that's exactly where you do not want your Spellbreakers to be, as the Panda jumps back into the fight. doing his impersonation of a demon hunter, teleporting back in after getting Staff of Preservation. All right, Bears going after the units off to the north. Knights trying to get away. That faster movement speed actually playing a big role in this fight here, as the Warden could try and Fan of Knives. Oh, bolts away. Fan of Knives right there, as he now takes a little bit more damage once again. So far, Scroll of Town Portal has to be used. The remaining Knights and all of these units will teleport out, but this is definitely in favor of Foggy. All right, more heals are necessary right now. 74 supply compared to 78. Knights need to be need to get healed back up and need to do it quickly. Scroll of Regeneration, not the item that you're really looking for at this point, as you see Staff of Sanctuary being used to try and heal up the Knights here. Panda in that front position has plenty of mana. We see another Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. Yes, there you go. Staff of Sanctuary being used once more. The Panda wants to get into position, but going to be able to do exactly that. Spell simply trying to walk through, finds a whole bunch of bears and decides against it, as the units are now looking to back up again. All right, Mana Flare not going to will really be important there. Units are now looking to back up. 77 supply compared to 74. You're looking at Foggy with, maximum number of Moonwells. That should be helpful, as we are now at Nightfall, and he should be able to heal back up rather fast. Warden is about 5 2/3. Panda is about 4 2/3 as well. Should be able to get more experience. Warden needs to back off. She does not want to steal any of that from that Panda, as that Panda's level 3 Breath of Fire would be catastrophic for all of those towers. All right, purposely destroying that item there. We're going to see an engagement as the bears are going to try and engage. Warden in a bit of trouble. Scroll of Healing, is it going to be able to perhaps teleport away? Yes, going to be able to teleport away. Panda trying to get a Breath of Fire off, does not do this. How do you win a fight versus bears and dryads? Well, you need mortar teams to force the dryads to constantly move around. If you have Blizzard, which it looks like that is what Romantic is going to do. Romantic is going to go for Blizzard to be able to rain down a Blizzard on top of those bears, giving a little bit of an edge to the Archmage and those Spellbreakers, since Spellbreakers cannot be damaged by Blizzard. By doing so, even if the bears try to back off, they're just going to be taking constant damage from the Blizzard and also the Spellbreakers that are chasing it. Knight, it has been, bloodlusted, but currently just standing still, not able to do very much. Mountain King going after the Forest Troll Trappers and in the maining back line. Meanwhile, you can take a look. Bears just showing up to the party, looking to focus down many of the major buildings here. And you can take a look. There's not that many towers in the back here. We are going into Griffins, though. So the Griffins are going to be trying to go after all of those bears. This is a very large number of bears. And the problem with a large number of bears is eventually, your opponent can counter you with a single unit. You want a good variety of units that perhaps share upgrades. Mountain King now making its way over as well. Mountain King staying at level 3. Paladin gets the 2. Archmage is nowhere to be had, since the Archmage doesn't want to steal any of that experience away. Bears looking to just knock and take down all of these buildings right now, as the Archmage sitting at level 5. Repair underway, but Blizzard gonna be able to completely destroy this. Archmage trying to get away once again, does have a Scroll of Town Portal, as you see the Tree of Life picking itself up and trying to fight back. Siege engines going to town on this Tree of Life. Tree of Life taking a lot of damage, getting repaired as well. Is it going to be enough? As one siege engine goes down, another siege engine could get taken down as well. This Tree of Life is trying to stay alive, down to 73 hit points, down to 57, stays alive, and with one repair, I believe that is enough for that Tree of Life to stick around. Meanwhile, back at the other end, Blizzard making that statement as I mentioned earlier, but we do also see Chimeras. Archmage able to escape at 21 hit points, and, so does that Warden. All right. Repair, trying to get this Tree of Life back up to full hit points. That is going to take a bit of time. Meanwhile, back down to the south, the Chimeras do not have an easy way of dealing with siege engines. Alright, Archmage sitting at level 5 at only 50 hit points. It perhaps should be getting Staff of Sanctuary, but without any more workshops, each of those siege engines were actually extremely precious. Tree of Eternity now going to make its way off to the north. Where is this Tree of Eternity perhaps going to travel to? Off over here would be the better ideal, as the Chimeras and Bears are all in position. Chimeras should be able to shut down many of these heavy armored units. As you can take a look, that Knight just pretty much tried to run into battle and nearly got taken out. Fan of Knives quickly almost finishes off some units, as the Knight is now in a massive run. Mountain King getting healed back up. You can take a look. The Bears are in position, and the Chimeras should be able to do enough right here, as the Bears are now looking to back off. Chimeras in that front spot. Those Chimeras doing massive damage here. Archmage is going to be able to just easily Scroll of Town Portal out of a tight spot. He does not want to be here at all, as the Chimeras are now looking to back off again. Too many units to really try and finish off any of these units here. Warden is at level 6, does not have... repeat, does not have a Potion of Mana, so cannot use that all-important Avatar of Vengeance. Blizzard now raining down across multiple units, and I guess the upside there is that there's so many units that the damage is actually getting maxed out. Archmage, however, going to constantly rain Blizzard down, trying to stop all of this here, as the Archmage could be in trouble. Holy Light does save it for a split second, but gets taken out as well. Romantic, not expecting the Chimeras, and all of a sudden with the death there, not going to be enough. The Warden backs away from the fight as the Mountain King is in trouble. Foggy takes the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.